Chris Brown, a global R&B sensation, a chart-topping artist, and an entertainer whose name has been synonymous with controversy for nearly 2 decades. Despite his undeniable talent, his legal troubles have overshadowed much of his career. But now, in 2025, the big question remains. Has Chris Brown finally put his legal issues behind him, or is his past still haunting him? From the 2009 Rihanna case to multiple altercations, lawsuits, and serious accusations, his journey has been anything but smooth. Today, we'll break down where Chris Brown stands legally in 2025, the impact of his past on his future, and whether he has truly escaped his troubled history, or if it's only a matter of time before he lands in hot water again. A look back at Chris Brown's troubled history. To understand Chris Brown's present, we have to revisit his past. The turning point in his career came in 2009 when he was arrested for brutally assaulting then-girlfriend Rihanna. The photos of Rihanna's injuries shocked the world, and Chris Brown pleaded guilty to felony assault. He was sentenced to 5 years of probation, community service, and domestic violence counseling. But the Rihanna case was just the beginning of a long pattern of legal issues. 2013. Arrested for assault in Washington, D.C. 2016. Accused of threatening a woman with a gun at his home. 2017. Ex-girlfriend Karrueche Tran is granted a restraining order against him. 2019. Detained in Paris after rape allegations, case later dropped. 2020. Accused of drugging and assaulting a woman on a yacht, case later dismissed. 2024. Warner Brothers releases a controversial documentary detailing allegations against him. Despite these controversies, Chris Brown's music career never completely collapsed. But the question remains, has he really changed? The 2024 documentary and Chris Brown's legal battle. One of the biggest developments in 2024 was the release of the explosive documentary Chris Brown, A History of Violence. Produced by Warner Brothers Discovery and Ample Entertainment, the documentary re-examined the singer's past legal troubles and included shocking testimonies from alleged victims. The documentary was met with mixed reactions. Some praised it for shedding light on Brown's history, while his fans accused the media of trying to cancel him once again. But Chris Brown wasn't going to let it slide. In response, Brown filed a $500 million defamation lawsuit against Warner Brothers Discovery, claiming the documentary was full of lies and deception. His legal team argued that the film falsely portrayed him as a serial rapist and sexual abuser, despite the fact that some cases had been dismissed or lacked concrete evidence. The lawsuit is still ongoing as of 2025, and if Brown wins, it could be a major victory in restoring his reputation. But if he loses, it could reinforce the allegations against him in the eyes of the public. Has Chris Brown faced any new legal troubles in 2025? Now let's address the big question. Has Chris Brown stayed out of trouble in 2025? So far, no new criminal charges have been filed against him this year. This is the first time in a while that Chris Brown has gone this long without making headlines for legal issues. Some see this as a sign that he is finally maturing, while others believe he's just been more careful. But while he may not be facing new legal battles, the damage from past controversies is still affecting his career. Some brands and sponsors remain hesitant to associate with him, and while his fan base is still strong, certain mainstream platforms have distanced themselves from him. Chris Brown's career in 2025. Is he still successful? Despite his legal troubles, Chris Brown's career has remained surprisingly resilient. His 11th studio album, 1111, released in November 2023, performed well commercially, with hit singles topping the R&B charts. His tours continue to sell out, proving that he still has a dedicated fan base. But there's no denying that his controversies have cost him. His mainstream appeal isn't what it used to be, and he rarely gets invited to major award shows anymore. So while Chris Brown is still making music, still touring, and still successful, the question remains, can he ever fully reclaim his status as an A-list artist, or will his past always hold him back? Public opinion. Have people forgiven Chris Brown? One of the most fascinating things about Chris Brown is how divided public opinion is. Some believe in second chances and argue that he's been unfairly targeted by the media. Others think he's had more than enough chances and should be held accountable for his actions. Cancel culture has tried to erase him multiple times, but Brown's fan base has always stood by him. So the real question is, can people ever truly separate the artist from the controversy? Has Chris Brown really changed? So after everything we've covered today, has Chris Brown finally left his legal troubles behind? Technically, yes, at least for now. No new charges have been filed against him in 2025, and he continues to be one of the biggest names in R&B. But the truth is, the legal battles of his past are still lingering. His defamation lawsuit against Warner Brothers could change how the world sees him, and the industry still hasn't fully welcomed him back. At the end of the day, Chris Brown's story is a cautionary tale about talent, fame, and the consequences of past actions. Whether he can truly move forward is a question that only time will answer. What do you think? Has Chris Brown truly changed, or do you think his past will always follow him? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more deep dives into the biggest celebrity scandals and legal battles.